I have 5 barrel proof bourbons in my collection, but I'm not sure which one's my favorite. So once again, I'm turning to the Black Magic glasses where I use my nose and mouth to decide which one is the best for me today. If I gave you an order right now prior to doing this, I would give my order as the Old Forester, the 1792 Pearl Full Proof, the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, the Larceny, and then the Wild Turkey Rare Breed. But we probably know that it's not going to happen. So before we continue, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're not already, and comment down below what you think I'll pick as my favorite today. And without further ado, I got my lovely assistant to arrange these bottles for me. Okay, blind again. Got my water here, and we're going to figure out which one of these is my favorite, starting with the nose. Now, give me a second. I've got to find my first glass without spilling it. Ooh, I found it already. All right, here we go.
Number 1 is Larceny Barrel Proof, batch B523.
Ooh, this actually smells really, really smooth. Hint of vanilla, a little cherry.
124.4 proof, 62.2% alcohol.
Wow, actually like a really soft nose considering all of these are barrel proof bourbons. So what's number 2 gonna give me?
Number 2 is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, also batch B523.
See, now this smells a little more fruity, actually. A little more decadent, a little more full. Like this one has a little bit more of a robust nose here.
124.2 proof.
It's still smooth. Like none of these first two have had any bite to them as far as the nose goes. Now, I'm just gonna take a second to make sure I put these next to each other. Number 3, here we go.
Number 3 is Wild Turkey Rare Breed Barrel Proof.
Now, I don't smell anything here.
116.2 proof, 58.4% alcohol.
Why you have to like cleanse your nose out. I'm getting just a lot of ethanol here. Not a whole lot of notes here, really. It's kind of like disappointing here. Interesting. Okay, that's number 3. I'm gonna try and put this back in the other spot. Okay, here's number 4.
Number 4 is 1792 Full Proof.
That just smells empty. I swear, these things are just gonna blend together like you wouldn't believe. Okay, there's a little more hints of just your standard caramel, brown sugar, just a little bit of body to it, tiny bit of spice.
Comes in at 125 proof.
I don't smell a whole lot of proof here. I think this is one of the lower ones. The lowest one here is the Wild Turkey at 58, but I think that might be number 3. This one actually has a lot of good sweet fruity notes on the back 2 of those noses I did. So that was number 4. Here's the last one.
Number 5 is Old Forester Single Barrel Barrel Proof. 129.7 proof, 64.85% alcohol.
Kind of burny. Kind of. That's a kind of a bitier nose on that one. So if I'm gonna give what I think is my favorite currently, just based on a quick going through with the nose, I'm gonna give it to number 3. It just smelled more full. It definitely had more of a body to it, some sweetness, some fruit, definitely that oak spice influence there. It might be because it was the, no, I'm sorry, maybe that was the second one. No, second one. Number 2 is what I'm talking about, not number 3. Number 3 was kind of flat and lame. Number 2, it might be because I was only 2 in and my nose hasn't been like overrun yet by bourbon, but I think currently my favorite on the nose, number 2, is get into the palates here. Let's go to number 1. Now again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what this is. Okay, definitely peppery and some harshness. Going down a little smoother down the throat. Spicy apples, like caramel apples. Heavy on the apple, less on the caramel. Let's do a second sip here. I'll say like the palate hits me. All the flavors come and then it just goes away. So it's kind of like a thin body here, not a whole lot going on. It's hot for hot's sake. It's not hot full of flavor. So that's number 1 there, and just cleanse this. Number 2, let's see here. Ooh, very good. Definitely rich, definitely fuller. A crazy amount of more like, you know, decadent sweetness there. Brown sugar, the maraschino cherry vibes, the vanilla, and some kind of rich spices, almost a rye influence. Again, I'm not sure about all these mash bills. I know they're mostly probably like 70% corn, 10% rye, around there. I'm not really sure. I haven't done my research, but I'll do it in post. Second sip. That one has a lot of that syrupy goodness I look for, kind of like that cherry cough syrup I talk about in a lot of my bourbons. 2 is definitely better than 1. And I'll be very sad if number 1 ended up being Old Forester because, again, I like that bottle a lot. Let's make sure this is number 3. It is. Here's number 3. Very light, very smooth, but actually very enjoyable. I'm getting less of like fruity and sweet notes. I'm getting more of like a grain vibe, lots of corn here. Kind of makes me think of like just like a bourbon finished Highland with higher alcohol content. This is one of the smoothest I've had of the 3 so far. You know, I'd say maybe even just like a little bit of like the apple skins here, a little tartness on that. It's definitely has like the least amount of like full body to it, but it's very smooth, and I think like probably a really good like just session sipper there. Okay, it's fine number 4. I'm so scared I'm gonna drop one of these. All right, here's number 4. Ooh. Okay. This kind of reminds me of number 2. Kind of very similar to number 2, actually. That was rich. And again, these kind of all start to blend together, but that's why we got our trusty water here. Not a whole lot to say as far as notes-wise. They're all barrel proof bourbons. Like, you know, there's not a whole lot of variation here, other than the proof and the distillery, and like the slight mash bill. But for now, it's reminding me of number 2. I think I enjoy this one, number 3, definitely number 1. When I hold it in my mouth, I get a lot of like orchardies. All of these have become like very fruity to me, which is crazy. With that cinnamon nutmeg vibes as well. I think so far 2 and 4 have probably been my favorite. I'm gonna cleanse again. Let's go to number 5, shall we? Wow. Okay. This one's up there now. This one's in the top 3. So right now I think 2, 4, and 5 are the top 3 here. And I think 1 and 3 are probably going to be in those just bottom 2. And I'm going to be so sad if one of those is Old Forester. Because again, I love that distillery. They're one of my favorite bourbons. And when I found that single barrel proof, I was like, yes! But right now, this has a lot to hold on to. A lot of body, very thick, coats the mouth, viscous, very, very fruity and sweet here. Sorry for all the burps at taco night. Oh man, okay. Give me 1 minute to digest everything that I just did. I promise I'm not gonna cheat. Okay, time to decide what my favorite is. On top of the fact, I'm going to try and guess which is which here. No score, but if I get them all right, that'd be pretty sweet. Now, I'm trying to compare 2, 4, and 5. Those are the 3 that I think I enjoyed the most here. I think 1 and 3 are not my favorites, at least in these 5 lineup, and I think I'm gonna give number 3 as last place. Number 1 will be 4th place. So in 3rd place, I think I'm gonna give that to number 4. I'm gonna give 3rd place to number 4. I'm gonna give 2nd place to number 2, and I'm gonna give my favorite as number 5. There you go. So, whatever that is, we'll find out in 1 second. But I think that number 3 is Wild Turkey. I think that number 1, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore. I think number 1 is, I think number 1's Larceny. I'm hoping I'm right on number 5. Just really quickly, I gotta go back to 4 and 2. 4 and 2 here. 4 and 2. Oh, it's so hard. I think number 2. I think number 2 is Foolproof 1792. I think number 4 is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and I'm hoping number 5 is Old Forester. Old Forester, the number 5 just gave me one of the most full flavor experiences of the 5, and I had burnt my mouth out by the time I got there, and I still got a full flavor. So I'm thinking and hoping, you know, that this is Old Forester. So I'm gonna unveil it, and we're gonna figure it out in a second. 3, 2, 1, bang. Oh shit, okay. You know what though? That wasn't terrible. I only got 2 wrong. I got Wild Turkey, I got the Larceny. I just swapped these 2 and I got my Old Forester. Boom. I am actually, again, Old Forester Single Barrel Proof is just an absolutely incredible bottle. Now, let's go for the prices here. $70, $100, like $50, $60 if you can find it, and it's retail because this is an allocated dum-dum. And this one is $100. I think it speaks volumes that I had Foolproof here battling against, you know, Elijah Craig and the Old Forester. I mean, these are almost the exact same proof here, and I thought that this one was Foolproof. And if you know, I love Foolproof. Foolproof 1792 is just super, super good. So there you have it. I figured out what my favorite barrel proof bourbon is, and it took my mouth and nose, everything to figure it out. I am still very excited that this one won. Let me know, have you had any of these 5 barrel proof bourbons? If not, let me know what your favorite barrel proof bourbon is right now, because I'm curious and I would love more suggestions on what whiskeys to get. Like this video, give it a like, not subscribed yet, make sure you do. It is the best way to support me. If you enjoy these blind taste videos, I do. It's my 2nd one in a row. I think this is a very fun thing. Give me some ideas, blind taste videos you want me to do. I don't care what whiskey, what style, just give me some ideas. That would be great. As always, see you guys next time. Cheers.